Hey, this is install 1, and I've done a few things with my workbench. So you can see I have all these wires coming from a battery charger transformer. So I have this dial right over here. It goes all the way. I have 4 hooked up right now. Probably gonna hook up 5, but there's 6 notches on the dial, and here are the wires I have hooked up so far. So there are these 4 wires. All 4 of these will be connected to the input power at one point. You can see where it says 120 volt line. That's when it's hooked up to that, into the input power. Then right here there's lower voltage wire. So around the back it's a little bit of a mess, but there's the transformer, and this is on the high voltage side of it. So when you hook up power to any one of the terminals, it'll basically be a transformer and have different voltages. And here's the back of the switch, and there are mosquitoes around me. So I also have the wire come in there, and that's for getting the current off of it. So I have the multimeter here, has all of those settings on it, and let's turn it on. So you can hear it hum. It does hum very loudly sometimes. You can barely hear it. That's 1. 2. Might be able to hear it a little bit. 3. And 4. So now, since it's on 4, this wire here, the ends are just poked through the holes on the perf board. So right now, since it's on 4, it would be 260 volts, and that one would be 162, and so on. And also that one would be 59 volts. But right here I have 26 volts, so I can run the contactor. And the mosquitoes, they're right somewhere around. I don't like the mosquitoes. Okay, let's see. I guess I'll hook up the contactor real quick. Okay, have it all hooked up. Neutral right there. Goes into that side, and Daisy is barking. Why do you have to bark so much? Then blue wire hooks up to the 26 volts, because I'm only going to be turning it onto 1. And there's a mosquito on me. Okay, so now when I turn this to 1, now it is turning it on, or activating it. And it's a whole lot quieter with 26 volts. That's cool. And also, on this, I turn it to amps, 200 amps, level out. Now when it's on, 0.2 amps, and then it slowly drops down. Mosquitoes! Also, with it hooking up to the 120 volts from the extension cord that's powering this, I can hook up a transformer, another transformer, and hook, like this little one right here, hook it up to the light. So now it's just coming from there, which is basically in parallel with the big transformer, this little one right here, and it's running this light right here. And now Daisy and Goldie are barking. Oh my gosh. So, that's pretty much it on this transformer. On the power supply, I meant. Yeah, look at that. So cool. Also, a couple other things. I got this power or meter socket at the dump. It's an old one. Doesn't have ground, just a grounded neutral. And it was all connected with this aluminum pipe conduit. And with these little connectors right here, there's a little ring on the inside there. And if I take that loose, has that little ring right there that goes around the pipe. Then this comes over there and clamps down on the ring. And also in that meter was this fabric wrapped wire, or fabric, oh, you can see there. Yeah, there's one black one that was the neutral, and then two white ones were the two live wires. And there's also a clamp. I cut this one because it was so hard to get this tar stuff off of, but there's a little aluminum clamp in there. Here's some of the fabric on the part that was exposed to the weather, where all the fabric came off. And here's the weather head, or at least it in pieces, but this I think is ceramic. It looks like ceramic, but then right here looks like plastic, so I'm not really sure. And there's a mosquito, what a surprise. Now that just goes, whoops, in there like that, sort of like that, if I could get it in. There we go. And then, just like that, weatherhead. And then, here's the part that was exposed to the outdoors. There's a little crack in the insulation there, but it's a copper, it's like I'm not sure what coated, something shiny, coated copper wire. And let's see, is this one that's cut? That is not one that's cut. This one. Let's see if you can see the copper color. A little bit. Sort of see it. And what else? There's the other ends. Those were in the box meter socket. And there's something else. Oh yeah. This old fuse box, which I also found at the dump, which may have been the same, which may have been hooked up to that meter socket. So there was a tag on this, and it was from 1967, I think. But there's this fuse here, the main fuse, then a range. It's crazy because that's all they had back then. And then these four screw-in fuses, or light socket fuses, what did I call them? Let's see if I can get that out of there. There we go. That's the main fuse. Has two 60 amp fuses in it. Mosquito again. Let's see. Zoom. Get away, mosquitoes. Come on. There we go. 60 amps. Oh, mosquitoes. I really wish I had done this when it was warm so that they weren't out. What is it? It's 30 amps on the range. And then those are all hooked together. And it's these two are on the same leg, then these two are outer ones are on the same leg. And then this one has two legs coming in. And no ground because it's before ground. And I have a couple fans I'll do a video on. Maybe I fixed these fans. This one I still haven't totally figured out how the motor is wired, so it gets pretty warm after a while because there are like 6 wires. And also I found these ionizers at the dump too. Has all the little plates and little bushings right there. Yeah, there's these plates back and forth. One of them, I think the one that's on the inside or down a little bit, that one right there is grounded. Then this one is insulated, and it's grounded with the frame. And then on this side, I need some light. I did not mean to drop that. Then on this side, there's these little strings or little wires. Those are grounded, and then there's the frame right here. Yeah, you can see right there. They're just hooked onto that little piece of metal that comes out right. Whoops, wrong one. Right there. And let's see. Found this little generator too. It's not exactly in the best of condition, but got it to run. The throttle was just a little bit, it like rev up, then the RPMs go way down, then way up, way down, whenever you put a little bit of a load on it. And also, this little generator was the first thing I used to power a microwave transformer. And it was the first time I did arcs with a microwave transformer, was on this little generator. I had just gotten it, and I don't know why, but I thought it would be better if it was run on the generator because it didn't have as much power as the 50 amp socket. But that's all in the video. It's a mess in here. I really should clean it up. Actually, I want to see if I can run that fan on 160 volts real quick. So I'll get that set up real quick. Okay, I have the fan up here. I have yellow hooked up and brown hooked up to the capacitor, startup capacitor, and I have the live hooked up through that wire nut and up to the this wire right here. I'm gonna run it on 260 volts because that's just 10 volts over this motor, but I have run it at 260 volts before, and it seems like an AC fan. So since it's going to be on 4, that wire is going to be on 59 volts, so I won't be able to use the contactor. I want to try and find a power supply where I can use all of those voltages but still have a voltage where I can use this contactor at. Maybe find a little transformer. Okay, turning it on 1. Oh, and also the current is at 2.7 amps. So that's just the power that this normally uses. Now, go on, get out of here. Don't want you around the fan. Okay, so that's 1. That should be, well, that's 120 volts, so now going up to 192 volts. There we go. It is now drawing 6.4 amps, and that's on the power that's going into the transformer. And I'm actually not going to bring it up to 260 volts in this position. That's not the best position for it, so I'm just going to go up to 217 now. Not too much of a change there. Yeah, there it goes. And now it is drawing 7.7 amps at 120 volts. and it's running on 217 volts. And I'm just going to get the multimeter. It's drawing 3.9 amps at 217 volts. And there we go. I have a whole power supply. There's back down to 1, so that would be half the voltage that it's normally running at. That kind of sounds like a semi. Like my dad's semi. That's cool. And there we go, it's off. And Daisy is barking again. I'm gonna hook it up to some lower voltage too, like that one right there, and just slowly raise up the voltage. This perf board is so perfect because you can just put it right in there, and it's out of the way. And you can use any wire you want, and just pull out the other one, and you can use whichever one you want. It's perfect. And also on that gray wire, it's the insulation's pretty charred because I used carbon rod and shorted it at, I think it was 26 volts, and it burned up the insulation right where the carbon rod was. So, okay, now I'm gonna hook this up. Okay, it's hooked up. So 1 should be 26 volts. It's humming. Not enough for it to go. What if I give it a little push? Nope, 26 volts is not enough for it. So going up to 43 volts. There we go. It's going slow. A little bit of airflow. It's very quiet when it's on a low voltage. And number 3, 49 volts. Not much of a difference, it's only not that many volts. And then 4, 59 volts. Slowly speeding up. Got a lot more airflow. And how many amps is it taking? I completely forgot to measure. 1.4 volt, or 1.4 amps. And I'll just go back down and look at all the amperages. On 49 volts, it is 0.8 amps. Wow, that's a pretty big difference there. And then 43 volts, 0.6 amps. 1 is drawing 0.1 amps. Barely anything. And that was the speed that it is not able to keep. Yeah, this is so nice. This is awesome. Oh, and I just got a mosquito. Like, kill all of them. They're so annoying. Okay, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you later. Dang it, I knew I'd forget something. I have a thermometer, or a thermostat. So, any ideas what to do with that, leave them in the comments. And also, a piece of a motor still works, just doesn't have any blades. And also a timer. Probably won't be able to twist it right now. No, I won't. But yeah, a little timer there from the battery charger. And also, oh, now I want to run the vacuum motor off of, I have to do that real quick. Okay, have it hooked up. Just like that. A little vacuum turbine. Gonna turn it on 26 volts. Sure is loud. Now 43 volts. Sheesh, it already sounds like a vacuum. And I need to secure it before I go at higher voltage. I'll do that real quick. Okay. I have it all secured down, well, just with a little piece of tie wire. And now I'm going to start turning it up. Maybe I could focus. There we go. Oh, why did it just stop? Oh, there it goes. That's weird. That's only 59 volts. Usually runs on 120 volts. Sheesh. And let's see the amperage. Why does it keeps like seizing? That's weird. Huh. That is really weird. Maybe the bearings are bad in it. Didn't see that last time I tested it. Hello? Maybe it's... Oh, maybe it just wasn't enough voltage to get going. Okay, amperage. Wait, what? It's humming, so it has power. Okay. I have no idea. This is an AC or DC motor. Okay. 26 volts, 0.4 amps. 43 volts. 49. And 59. Sheesh, it's so loud. It blows quite a bit of air, too. That's really cool. Okay, wait. Okay, I just have to think. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, there went a mosquito. Almost got it. That is it, I think. Oh, I also want to put a computer power supply on the back there and have constant 5 and 12 volts DC. And also on the battery charger transformer, there's this board, all these little diodes right here. I have no idea how it works, but one side of the transformer, you hook all these onto it, and then the other side is negative, and this plate is positive. Haven't really thought about how it would work, but it works. And so that will be higher amperage or wattage DC. And that is it, I think. Thanks for watching. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.